Hi everyone, it's Louise from Team Forleo, and I'm here to welcome you before we bring Marie on. So please keep introducing yourself in the chat. Let us know who you are and where you're watching from. And if you haven't already, download the class workbook. We included a link to it in the emails that we've sent. The workbook will help you follow along and take notes so you don't miss a thing. We're going to get started in just a minute, and I know that you're here today because you want to learn from Marie, and you might have questions along the way. So as we go through this free class, save your questions, because at the end, Marie's going to do some live Q&A. But now, let's get started. Marie Forleo is a creator of the award-winning show Marie TV, the Marie Forleo podcast, and founder of the online business training program B-School, which has helped over 55,000 entrepreneurs start and grow their companies. Marie's been named one of the top 100 websites for entrepreneurs by Forbes.com and a thought leader for the next generation by Oprah. She's been featured everywhere from Entrepreneur Magazine to Business Insider to Women's Health, and has mentored young business owners alongside Richard Branson in South Africa. Through our Change Your Life, Change the World initiative, every product purchased helps support a person in need. But this might be my favorite way to introduce Marie.
Marie Forleo is a leader in a whole new generation of super solars.
Everything is figure-outable. I'm here to help you get crystal clear on your dreams and your ambition. Now it is time to take a strong stand for who you are, what you believe in, and most importantly, the difference you were born to make. Let's do this. Yes! What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have some friends with us today. Oh, this song is so good. Do you love Lizzo as much as I do? All right, you guys, I love you, and I will see you soon. Let us do this. I'm going to turn off my special little Yui Boom. I'm going to put my iPhone on the airplane mode. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And I am so excited to be with you today. We are going to have a great class. If you have questions, you have comments, please hang on to them till the end because we are going to do some Q&A then. And with that, let us get this party started. So here we are. The 3 invisible barriers standing in between you and your biggest dreams. Now, before we dive in, do me a big favor. Look around your environment and do your best to eliminate any distractions. So if you've got a million tabs open on your computer, please close them down. If you got your phone on like I did, please turn it off, because you can either train yourself to be scattered or train yourself to be focused and present. And I promise you, if you practice being fully present during this class, you're going to get tremendous value. But if your attention is split or if you're trying to multitask, you are wasting your precious time. Not to mention, you're training that beautiful brain of yours to underperform. Especially in today's society, distraction is a dream killer. So get yourself focused and let's do this. One more thing I do want to mention. If you happen to be someone who offends yourself with some adult language, it might happen during this class. I can't make any promises, but it's likely. So I want you to make a choice right now if you want to stick around or not, because this is me, and when I'm live, I get very passionate, I get very fired up, and I don't censor myself. So if you've got kiddos around or any sensitive ears, grab your headphones. Now, I'm assuming that you signed up for this class because you know in your heart that you're meant to do more, you're meant to be more and create more. Am I right? I think so. And you probably signed up for this class for one of 2 very good reasons. Reason number 1, you are working on a big, exciting dream. Maybe that dream is getting into grad school. It might be building your company, starting a family, changing your career. Maybe it's about transforming your health or even saving a relationship. Whatever that big goal or dream is, I know that it's exciting for you and you want to make sure you're doing everything you possibly can to achieve it. If so, awesome, good on you, and you are in the right place. Now, on the other hand, you might be here for a different reason. Reason number 2. That reason may be because you're working to solve a really big, painful problem in your life. Things might feel difficult and challenging right now for you. Things might be really tough. Maybe you're overwhelmed or you're just exhausted from going nonstop. I can understand that. Or maybe you've gotten knocked off your game by a serious setback or some kind of disappointment. If this is how you're feeling right now, first of all, I'm sending you an enormous hug through the screen. And second, you too are in the right place, because what we're going to cover today, I promise you, is really going to help. But no matter what brought you here, no matter what you're looking to accomplish, there's one other important thing I want you to know. That yes, you are here for a reason, meaning taking this class in this moment, but also in the meta sense. You are here on planet Earth right now for a reason. God, the universe, source, Smurf fairies, whatever you believe in, that higher power did not make any extra people just for the heck of it. In fact, my deep belief is you, my friend, are a one-time mega event in the universe. Your chemistry is unique. Your genius is unrepeatable. No other person has or ever will have the unique blend of talents and strengths and perspectives and quirks that you have. And look, here's the other thing. You were born with an innate power to create change, both in your life and in the lives of others. This isn't something outside of yourself. It's not something that you can buy or acquire. It's something you already have within you right now. But before we go on, there's one more thing that I want to make really clear. Even though personal development is what I do for a living, I am no sage from the stage, right? I don't think I have all the answers. I like to think of myself more like a guide on the side. So yes, I've been doing this for over 2 decades, so I have experience, and I'm very proud of the results that I've helped people create, but I do never pretend to have all the answers. I don't think anyone does. In fact, I think you are your wisest teacher. You have innate wisdom and capabilities far beyond even your own comprehension. And while I certainly don't have all the answers, the tools and the principles we'll talk about in this class will help you find or create your own. Here's something else that's important to recognize, and most people don't see this. If there's any area of life that's really tough for you right now, really difficult, if something's not going so well, whether it's your finances or maybe your career or your business or your love life or your health, guess what? Get happy. That's right. I want you to get happy. It is time to celebrate that fact. And I know you're probably thinking, wait, Marie, what the heck are you talking about? Would you smoke before you got on this class? No, let me tell you why this is important. When something is not working in your life and you're aware enough to face that truth, to call it what it is, and then this is the big thing, to proactively look for a way to resolve it or evolve it or transform it, you are already on the path to victory. Just by being here with me right now, you've already taken that first step towards making a change, because you can't change what you're not aware of, right? As long as you stay connected to your heart and to your intuition, and most important, as long as you take action, I promise you, you will see growth. And here's the other thing. This is a quote I remind myself of, especially when things get difficult. Discontent is the first necessity of progress. Thomas Edison said that. I know that's a strange statement, but if you think deeply about it, it's true. Some form of discontent or dissatisfaction can actually be a good thing, a healthy thing, because it means progress and growth are about to happen. So if you feel frustrated or even angry or annoyed with any part of your life, good, we are going to celebrate that, because it means you're aware, you're awake, you're alive, which means you still have time to make a change. And with that, let's dive in. we're going to talk about how to bust through the 3 invisible barriers standing in between you and your biggest dreams. And please make sure you stick around to the end of this class because I have something so awesome I'm excited to tell you about. If you ever wanted to have me as your coach, I'm going to be offering that this October, and I want to coach you for free. I will tell you how to get in on that at the end of this class, so please do stick around. So here's what we're going to cover today. You're going to learn the one decision that separates those who dream from those who achieve, and it's much simpler than you think. We're also going to talk about some popular stories that keep many of us stressed, struggling, and underperforming. And finally, we're going to talk about how to beat any obstacle, problem, or negative belief in 90 seconds or less. So let's dive right in. Invisible barrier number 1. This is probably one of the biggest things I've seen over the course of 2 decades, a lack of clarity. A lack of clarity. You know, when I used to work one-on-one with folks during our initial session, I would always say this: I can help you get anything you want, but first you have to tell me what that is. Sounds pretty simple, right? But simple doesn't always mean easy. So think about this. How many of us are crystal clear about what we're working to create? Can we honestly say this thing, this blank, this idea, this relationship, project, cause, healing journey, habit, goal, whatever, is the main focus of my life right now? This thing is what I'm willing to work days and nights and weekends to make happen, no matter what it takes. So here's the problem. Most of us have had little to no training on how to figure out what we really want in life. We've had no instruction on how to get back on track when we've lost our way. I mean, think about it. I've never taken a dream clarity class. Did you? And here's why this is important. Because a lack of clarity equals massive pain. When I've been unclear about my primary focus, or worse, when I've been too afraid to admit what I really wanted, suffering always ensued. I'm talking headaches and heartaches all the way around. Because when you don't have something clear and meaningful to work towards, you will experience some pain. See if any of this sounds familiar. Here's what no clarity feels like. It feels like you're lost, like you're not where you should be by now, and somehow you're off track. You struggle to prioritize because you don't know what's most important, or you don't know how to navigate competing opportunities. You feel like you're failing to produce meaningful results despite always being super busy. And you also feel like you're teetering on the edge of burnout. Now, here's what a lack of clarity sounds like. This is what we can often say to ourselves in our minds. Is this all there is? Am I really doing what I'm supposed to be doing in life? Sometimes you'll say, well, I'm running myself ragged, but I have nothing substantial to show for it. Or, I'm exhausted and I'm irritated. I fantasize about running away and never looking back. So here's the truth. Deciding exactly what you want is the first step in getting it. And that's because clarity equals power. The more clear you are about exactly what you want to figure out, the better chance you have of actually doing it. Clarity gives focus and energy to your days. It helps you prioritize and feel a sense of connection and purpose. And look, here's what's important. You don't need some epic world-changing goal or dream, especially if that feels out of reach or overwhelming. You also need to know how you're going to make this dream happen. Okay? You just need a clear mark, because it's pretty impossible to hit a target you can't see. And here's what else is exciting about this process. Here's what I love. Once you clarify and commit to your dream, powerful and somewhat miraculous forces begin to stir. A Scottish mountaineer named William Hutchinson Murray said it best. I love this quote. Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans, that the moment one definitely commits oneself, the providence moves too. A whole stream of events issues from the decision, raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents, meetings, and material assistance, which no man could have dreamt would have come his way. I know that's really wordy, but the key words are there. Definitely commits oneself and decision, right? This is all about clarity. So what do? How do we actually transform this invisible barrier into a building block to help us get closer to our dreams? Well, you turn vague wishes into very clear and specific goals. In other words, you need to decide and declare exactly what you want. This is how we overcome invisible barrier number 1. Now, again, I know this seems really obvious, but you would be surprised at how many people are unclear about exactly what's most important to them at this moment, at this stage in their life. They talk about what they want in very squishy and non-committal ways. Take a look. Here's some examples. Yeah, I think I want to start exercising this year. I really want to get stronger. That kind of sounds good. Yeah, I'd really love to make more money. That would be nice. Yeah, I should really stop drinking so much. Maybe I'll try to cut back. I wish I could be my own boss and run my own business someday. That would be cool. You know what I say to that? No, 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 no. None of those statements work. Why? You know this, because they are all wishy, washy, non-committal. And here's the deal. Wishy-washy goals equal wishy-washy results. So let's be very clear here. The way you overcome the first invisible barrier is to decide what you want clearly and specifically and commit to that decision. Which brings me to the next thing that stops so many of us. Deciding what you want means you gotta be brave. You must be brave and courageous about your desires long before you have any proof they're gonna turn out. Look, most of us hold back because we're afraid. We want assurances that everything is going to work out before we risk being vulnerable, facing criticism, maybe rejection, and possibly even failure. And the truth is, you will have to devote some time and some energy and perhaps even a little bit of money towards your dream, depending on what your dream is, with no guarantees it's going to turn out as you hope. And that is pretty scary, which is why most people don't commit, they don't decide, they don't take action on their dreams. But this is how the creative process works. You have to get clear, you have to get committed, and you have to decide this is what you want before you have any proof it's going to work out. So, deciding what you want and then committing 100% to it. Let's get clear about this, right? You can't commit 25%, just sometimes. You can't commit 50%. When you feel like it, or 75%, none of that works. You got to commit 100%. And then, of course, you got to be willing to do the work and stay the course, no matter how long it takes. In fact, let me tell you a story about a woman who decided and committed to pursue what seemed like an impossible dream. So this woman had an idea for a book, right? But right after she started writing it, she was sidetracked by the sudden death of her mom. She was so devastated that she thought the only way she could recover was to actually move away from her home country and get a fresh start. So she packed up her life, she found a job teaching English abroad, and she gave herself a year to write her book. But then, things did not go according to her plan. In fact, she made zero progress on her book because she wound up falling in love and then having a baby, which you see in this picture, and then guess what? Falling out of love. Before she knew it, she was a divorced single mom with a baby girl that she had to raise on her own. So she picked herself back up. She moved back to her home country, this time with no job, no income, no finished book, and now she had 2 mouths to feed. So she felt like she was hitting rock bottom once again in her life. This particular woman fell into a depression. She was barely surviving. She was scraping by on unemployment. But here's the thing. No matter how bad things got, and they were pretty bad, she held on to that dream, that idea that she had for a book. She held on to the clear decision she made to figure out a way to write that book no matter what. So as best she could, she wrote in all the spare moments she could find, despite all the setbacks and obstacles, the depression, she just kept going. Eventually, she got a couple chapters done. And then she took those chapters and she sent them out to a few publishers. But then guess what happened? Kind of like the look on her face. Months went by, no feedback. All she heard was crickets, nothing. And then she did start getting some feedback. Guess what? All rejection letters. All these rejection letters started coming in, one after the other after the other. So understandably, she felt like crap and she started to lose hope. But then one day, she got a different letter. One obscure little publishing house said yes, but it had a condition. The publisher told her to make sure she found a day job because based on the low quality of her work, she didn't have much of a chance of making money as an author. That single mom was J.K. Rowling, and that book she dreamed of writing was Harry Potter, which has now sold over 400 million copies. You probably know this. She was the first person in history to become a billionaire through fiction writing. Now, obviously, her results did not happen overnight, right? Like any creative endeavor, there was no guarantee that dream would come to fruition at all. But it was the decision that she was going to write her book and the commitment to that decision that forever changed her life. You might be saying to yourself, well, Marie, that's a very inspiring story, but help, I still don't know what the hell I want. How are you going to help a sister out? Well, don't worry, I got your back because guess what? In this happy little book right here, there is a chapter and it's called, get this, Define Your Dream. I will tell you this. Over these past 20 years, one of the biggest things that can stop folks is either being afraid to admit what they really want or not being in touch with what they really want because you've spent so many years pleasing other people, so many years trying to live up to society's expectations, your family's expectations, even your own expectations of who you think you should be in this world. So sometimes some of us are a little dream anemic, but in chapter 6, Define Your Dream, it is filled with tools and tactics that I guarantee will help you get so clear on your dream, you're going to go off like a rocket. So I really hope that you're going to get this book and read this chapter. Some people who have early copies told me it's one of their favorite. Okay, let's keep going. So next, I want you to know this. You wouldn't have the dream if you didn't already have what it takes to make it happen. That's how this beautiful, cosmic, magical adventure called life works. If you have a dream in your heart, I promise you, you already have what it takes to bring it to life. Now let's turn this insight into action. So do this now. I want you to write down exactly what you want. What is the result you're after? What's the outcome you're dreaming of? Be as clear and specific about it as you possibly can. So for example, if you're focused on your business right now, maybe you want to double your profits over the next 12 months. Or if you're thinking creatively, perhaps you want to complete your book proposal within the next 90 days. Or maybe you're thinking about your family, right, and connection. Maybe the result you're after is taking 2 full months off to be with your family and travel around. Doesn't matter what it is, just be as specific and concrete as possible. No matter what it is that you want, look in your heart, make sure that you really, really want it, and then write it down. So as a little recap, deciding what you want and then committing 100% to that decision, that is how we overcome invisible barrier number 1. Cool? All right, good job. Now let's keep moving on to invisible barrier number 2, which is our excuses. Those nasty little lies that we all tell ourselves from time to time that honestly hold us back. But if any of us want to live into our fullest potential, and I know you do, and we want to actually feel good about ourselves while we do it, we must break free from the self-deceptive crap that holds all of us back. So again, to be clear, all of us make excuses from time to time. I do, you do, we all do. So this isn't about beating ourselves up. This isn't about feeling bad. This is just about getting real with ourselves so we can make some healthy, positive changes and do better in our lives. So what exactly do our excuses sound like? Well, what's interesting is they sound very logical and very reasonable, kind of like this. I need to start working out again, but I'm so busy with work and the kids. Can't do it. Don't have the time. You know, my finances are a mess. No matter what I do, I can't seem to get ahead. I'm just not a numbers person. I wish I could meet someone special, but I don't have the time for dating. I'm too old, and plus, all the good ones are already taken. Or, I really want to take that design class. I mean, it could open up a whole new career, but I can't afford it. It's too expensive. Does any of this sound familiar? I'll tell you, my hand is raised because I've said things like this to myself many times. But when we look closer, we begin to see that those statements are actually excuses that hold us back and limit who we are and what we can accomplish. So what's the fix? How do we break through this invisible barrier? I'll tell you this. It's by understanding the difference between two four-letter words, can't versus won't. Let's take a deeper look at this, and I need you to be honest right now. How often do you hear people say some version of the following? I can't get up early to work out. I can't find the time to get my writing done. I can't take that job. It's across the country. I can't forgive her. I can't ask for a promotion. I can't ask for help. I can't because I don't know how. Now, when you look at those statements, there's a big problem because 99% of the time, not 100, but 99% of the time, can't is a euphemism for won't, right? So what does won't mean? Won't means we're not willing to. In other words, you don't really want to. You don't want to do the work, or you don't want to take the risk, or you don't want to get uncomfortable or be inconvenienced, or the thing you say that you can't do simply isn't an important enough priority right now. You've got other things that are way more important. Now look, before you disagree or find exceptions, which there are, just humor me. Play with me for a moment, okay? Because if you consider how this might be true in your life, even just a portion of the time, I promise you will break free from the vast majority of self-deceptive crap that holds you back. So I need you to try this before you deny this, okay? So for example, let's try it on for size. Let's go back to all those statements that we just reviewed and replace can't with the word won't and see what we discover. I think what you're going to find is that we feel something much more honest and true. I won't get up early to work out. I won't find the time to get my writing done. I won't take that job. It's across the country. I won't forgive her. Not ready yet. I won't ask for a promotion. I won't ask for help. I won't because I don't know how. So look, in my own life, right? 99% of the time when I say I can't, what I really mean is I won't or I don't want to. I have no desire to make the sacrifice or to put in that effort to get that particular result. It's just not something I want badly enough, or simply I don't want to put it ahead of my other priorities. So look, let's be clear. Saying that you don't want something doesn't make you bad or lazy. Saying that you don't want to put something else ahead of your other priorities right now doesn't make you bad or lazy. You know what it makes you? It makes you honest. It makes you honest. Now, here's why this can't versus won't distinction is so important to get. Can't is a word that disempowers us. When we use the word can't, we start to behave like we're powerless against our circumstances. It's as though we have no control over our time, our energy, or our life choices. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that no one could make their biggest goals and dreams come true when they feel helpless and powerless. Am I right? But here's what's cool. Won't is a word that empowers us, because when you use the word won't, you start to feel and behave more powerfully. You remember that you are in charge of your thoughts and actions. You get to determine how to spend your time and your resources. And the result? You start to feel more free. You start to feel more alive and energized because you're taking full responsibility for the state of your life. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So let's turn this invisible barrier into a building block. I want you to work to eliminate every damn excuse you can find hanging out in your mind or in your words or in your language, right? I want you to live an excuse-free life as best as you can. The way I do it, I try and look for all the excuses that pop up in my language and in my thoughts, because if we want to reach our biggest goals and dreams, we have to commit to living an excuse-free life. And how do we do that? Well, one way is this. We just keep replacing the word can't with won't. So from this moment forward, anytime you catch yourself thinking or saying the word can't, do this for me. Replace it with the word won't. Or just say, you know what? I don't really want to. Or that's not a priority right now. And I promise you, you are going to feel so much better. You'll stop beating yourself up feeling like you're failing at life. You're going to have so much more energy to focus on what really matters to you right now. Now, of course, I do have a lot more to share on the subject of excuses because it's a very big topic and people get very sensitive about this, and I understand that. But we got to work through it because your dreams are that important. And in fact, Coming back. La 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 la. I have my little marker here. There is a whole chapter called Eliminate Your Excuses. So I want to tell you a little story. When I was writing this book and I was writing this particular chapter, I sent an early version of it to someone, and she was like, okay, all this is amazing, but I am a mom and I've got all these little ones at home. So what about X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. I was like, great points. And I went back and I wrote this whole thing. So the chapter that started out this size actually turned to this size, and it's one of my favorite chapters because it is so tactical. So if you ever have the thought or the feeling like, I can't because I don't have the time, or I can't because I don't have the money, or I can't because I don't have the know-how or the connections or whatever, I promise you, for the love of all things holy, read the Eliminate Excuses chapter, because I guarantee you we will wipe all of them clean, and what's left is the most powerful, ambitious, capable version of you. So I think you're going to enjoy that chapter. Okay, let's keep going. So, chapter number 4, that's not that. We talked about it, yay, because here we go. Ultimately, this is the truth. At the end of the day, folks, the art of eliminating excuses means embracing this fact. Your dreams aren't made or broken by anyone but you. Now, I know that's some big medicine right there, but it's very good medicine. And with that, let's move on to invisible barrier number 3. Invisible barrier number 3, you are missing one key belief. You see, here is a simple and obvious truth that most of us forget. Everything in the material world is first created on the level of thought. So if you look around you right now, this very second, the fact that you're watching this on a computer or a television or a mobile phone, the fact that the internet and technology is powering our connection, at one point in time, none of that stuff existed, right? Of course. And yet the reason that it's our reality right now is because someone thought of it and believed they could bring it into existence. Then they and many other people worked their buns off, and boom, reality shifted. Now, I know this seems obvious, but if you really think about it, it's super powerful. The fact that we can believe in something that is not yet real and then make it real is a friggin' miracle. Here's the truth. You are a born creator with an innate ability to bring your ideas and your dreams into reality. But here's the rub. You will only bring into reality that which you believe you can. One more time. You will only bring into reality that which you believe you can. Why? It's because our beliefs are the hidden scripts that run our lives. I want you to think about it like this. It's like a track that's running underneath a train. Our beliefs determine where we go and how we get there. They are everything. Our beliefs, they shape our thoughts and our feelings. They dictate virtually every aspect of our behavior, what we choose to eat, if and how much we exercise, what we do with our time and energy. Our beliefs impact our net worth and our self-worth. They determine the quality of our relationships and ultimately whether we lead a life of joy, accomplishment, and contribution, or one of misery, pain, and regret. Our beliefs are that powerful. I want you to think about it like this. Beliefs are like the roots that create the fruits in your life. If you think about the roots of a tree, right? If the roots are strong and healthy, you've got this big, beautiful tree. But if those roots are rotten, you're not going to get some good leaves, and you certainly won't get any good fruit. Now, if you want to get better fruit or better results in any area of your life, you don't work on the exterior level. First, you have to go deeper. You got to go to the roots. You got to go to your beliefs. So again, the roots create the fruits. And here's my argument. If you've had trouble reaching your dreams in the past, the problem isn't you. It's not that you're not talented, hardworking, or deserving, but simply that you haven't yet installed the one key belief that changes it all. What do you think that belief is? I think some of you know it. Everything is figure outable. If you haven't guessed it yet, the whole purpose of this class is to inspire you to adopt this supremely powerful belief, the belief that everything is figure outable. Why? Because every belief has a consequence. Your beliefs, the ones you have right now, are either helping you or harming you. They're either supporting your ambitions or thwarting them. Your beliefs become the source of your limitation or your liberation. Now, over the course of my life and the course of my entire career, I got to tell you, I have not found a single more powerful, activating, and transformative belief than everything is figure-outable. And here's what's cool. A lot of folks will say that in order to reach your biggest dreams, you need to kind of play Sherlock Holmes, right? And hunt down every negative limiting belief you might have rattling around in your mind. You got to dig through your childhood, go through your past, confront every crappy belief, and then work your tail off to change it. But guess what? You don't need to do that. You don't have to do all that work. Instead, let's save you a ton of time and energy, because all you need is that one core belief, which really acts like a master key that unlocks every imaginable door in the castle of your consciousness. It's like throwing a light switch. It's like turning on a light bulb, one that instantly illuminates a field of infinite potential in your brain. It's like this. It's like toppling that first domino. This one belief sparks a cognitive chain reaction that expands all other possibilities. And I promise you, once you embrace this belief, both functionally and operationally, not just conceptually, there is nothing in this world that will ever stop you again. Which brings me to your building block that's going to help you overcome this invisible barrier. So your building block is this. I'm going to invite you to install the master key belief, everything is figure-outable, into that beautiful brain of yours. Look, studies in neuroscience show that we can train our brain to think in new ways, meaning we can literally hardwire new beliefs into our brains and our nervous systems. Now, of course, permanently changing your neural pathways does require some focus and repetition and dedication. But seriously, can you actually think of a better use of your time than physically rewiring your brain to help you lead a better, happier, healthier life? No friggin' way. So let's do this. Let's get started right now. We are going to train our brains through repetition, because one of the fastest ways to rewire your brain is through repetition. If you didn't know, now you know. Repetition is a key principle in neuroplasticity. So the first step in installing this master belief into your brain is to repeat the phrase, everything is figure-outable. In fact, we're going to do it together right now. I want you to yell at your screen, at your mobile phone, in your workplace, wherever it is. We're going to do it together. Ready? Everything is figure-outable. Again, everything is figure-outable. One more time. Everything is figure-outable. You're damn right it is. So make yourself a promise. I want you to say this phrase both aloud and in your head as often as you can. 5 times, 10 times, 50 times a day. Make it a ritual. Why? Because the most important and powerful words in the universe are the words you say to yourself. And if you want to become a master at figuring things out, then please get yourself the whole damn book. I wrote a whole book about it. I am not kidding. This book will change your life, because honestly, everything is figure-outable is a lot more than just a fun phrase to say. It's a practical, actionable discipline. It's a mantra that will help you operate at your best and achieve what you most want. It's a mindset to help you solve problems, learn new skills, and contribute meaningfully to others. And I promise you, once adopted, it will make you virtually unstoppable. Not unstoppable in the sense that everything will always go your way, because we know it won't. And not unstoppable in the sense that you'll never get disappointed or face rejection or defeat, because you most certainly will. But unstoppable in the most profound sense, meaning that nothing, no thing, no person, no situation, no circumstance will ever again have the power to hold you back. And with that, I say congratulations. Let's do a little review of what you just learned. So we talked about the 3 keys to accomplishing your biggest dreams. Step number 1, right? Decide what you want. Step number 2 is we need to eliminate those excuses and live an excuse-free life. Step number 3 is you must install the one key belief that changes it all. And I promise you, you can use this simple framework to create any result that you desire. So you might be asking yourself, what's next? Well, there's actually a lot that's next. Let me tell you a little story. So last year, after I turned in the first draft of my book, I got some disappointing feedback. So my publisher and editor suggested that we need to cut an entire chapter. I was like, are you kidding me? That did not make me happy. First, because I worked my tail off on that chapter. I spent countless hours writing and researching and developing all this material. But second, I was upset because this was actually the more advanced material in the book. You see, once I could get people to really lay that solid foundation, this was how I was going to help people embed the belief everything is figure-outable into their brains using the latest research in neuroscience and behavioral science. So obviously, I was disappointed. But here's what's cool. I got that feedback right before our December holiday break, so I had 2 weeks to clear my head and get a fresh perspective. When I finally did relook at that material, I realized something big. My publisher and editor were 100% right. That chapter didn't belong in the book. It belonged in the damn classroom. I realized I could teach this new material so much more effectively if I had the ability to use the sound of my voice, visuals, fun sheets, and could actually coach people through it step by step. So that's what I've done. I've taken this gorgeous new material, I've actually developed it further and turned it into an immersive online coaching program which opens up this October, and you are invited. I am so thrilled to introduce the Everything is Figure-Outable Immersion Program. It's a live 5-day online experience that I would love you to join us for. I'm going to teach you how to master the Figure-Outable philosophy during this experience. More specifically, you're going to learn a 5-step formula that'll help you beat any obstacle, any problem, or any negative belief in like 90 seconds or less. Look, my goal for you is to have this way of thinking and being become like second nature, so it's as easy and natural to you as breathing. Plus, once you learn this 5-step formula, and if I have to say so myself, it's pretty genius, you're gonna have a tool that serves you for life. Not only will this help you anytime you feel stuck or overwhelmed or stressed out, but it will help you build a more resilient brain. It's going to help you become a stronger, more capable leader. And I promise, if you use it consistently, it will help you reach your biggest goals and dreams. Plus, everything you'll learn is evidence-based. The entire program is. It's backed up by research, by the latest discoveries in neuroscience and behavioral science. So to be clear, you're going to get a single tool to beat any obstacle, any problem, or negative belief in 90 seconds or less, guaranteed. And the best part, it is 100% free. All you have to do is pre-order that fancy looking book right there on your screen. Once you do that, here is what you're going to get. Daily video training. So starting on October 14th, I'm going to teach you 1 lesson per day for 5 days. All the lessons are very short, they're powerful, and they each come with their own fun sheet where you're going to take the ideas and tools and put them right into practice. You're also going to get something called the Everything is Figure-Outable Daily Practice. It's something that I developed. It's amazing. It'll take you 5 minutes, and it's going to make you even more unstoppable than you already are. And live daily group coaching sessions with me. So I'm going to be there with you live every single day, answering your questions, doing everything I possibly can to help you with this material and your life. And you're going to get a team of mentor coaches to help you reach your biggest goals and dreams. These are professional coaches. They're amazing. They're the people that I trust. They're going to be there with us. Plus, you're going to get a fierce new squad of Figure-Outable friends to cheer you on, people from all over the world. So let's review exactly what you're going to get. You are going to get the 5-step Figure-Outable formula training program. You're also going to get live daily group coaching sessions with me. You're going to get dedicated support from trained coaches. You're also going to get the Everything is Figure-Outable daily practice and an instant global community. So we think all that's pretty awesome. I'm so pumped about this. We've never done anything like this before, and it's friggin' awesome. So 5 days of live training, community, and coaching. It's at least a $4.99 value, but guess what? You'll get it for free. But honestly, here's really what's most important. For the price of a damn book, you're gonna learn how to instantly halt negativity and reboot your brain in 90 seconds. I think it's the deal of a century. But wait, there's one more thing. I do wanna make this clear. You cannot buy this program anywhere else. You can't pay to get in the course. You can't hire me to be your one-on-one coach. This is the opportunity. And the only way to get your butt in is to pre-order Everything is Figure-Outable wherever books are sold before September 10th. That's the big thing. Please pre-order before September 10th. Now let's talk about how to save your seat in the course. So go to everythingisfigureoutable.com/free gift, and you just scroll down to the claim your spot section of the page. Now, obviously, step one, pre-order the book, right? We'd love you to get it from an independent bookstore because we do want them to stay alive. That's important. You can use one of the links, or you can just head to your local bookstore. That's the best option. But just know that all booksellers are eligible for this bonus. Then step number two, just save your receipt. Head back to this page, everythingisfigureoutable.com/free gift, and then just look at your order number or a traditional receipt number. Again, it's going to be there. And then step three is to fill out the form with all the info and click submit. It's that easy. I'm telling you, it's so easy. But I know you probably have a few questions, so let me quickly pre-answer them for you. Number one, if you've already pre-ordered the book, thank you so much. I love you. You should know that you're already in. Just go get your receipt wherever you ordered the book from. Put your receipt in the form that I just talked about. If you're coming to the NYC event, I'm so excited to dance with you, but just know that you qualify. You're in for the coaching program. Just go get your order confirmation number from your ticket, go put that in the form, and you'll be all set. If you're joining us for any of our tour stops, you are qualified to get this immersion program for free. You're in. Just go get your confirmation number, look at your receipt, put that in the form, and you'll be all taken care of. So you might be asking yourself, what happens next? Well, once you've entered your info, you're going to get a confirmation email from our team, and then I'll be back in your inbox in early October with your login details for the member area, and then we're going to get started. So mark this in your calendars. The program starts October 14th. Right? So that's the date. Everythingisfigureoutable.com/free gift. The reason we're doing this in October is because I actually want you to read the book. It's so important that you actually read the book and do the insight to action challenges in each chapter so that you're prepared for the immersion course. It's really going to lay the perfect foundation. So save your seat now. Go to everythingisfigureoutable.com/free gift. All of the material is there. And you might be wondering to yourself, if you're watching this class, you're going like, is this book really worth my time? I'm busy. I want you to see what one early reader had to say. So here's the review. Beck says, this book might just put me out of business. It's like $50,000 worth of private coaching from Mama Marie for $25. How do I know it's so good? Because I got my hands on an advanced copy, thank you Marie Forleo team, and I could not put it down. I spent the weekend at the cottage and read obsessively while making a pile of notes. I walked away feeling super clear on my next steps and incredibly inspired to go for it. I'm already a pretty motivated person, but dang, this book was like a hot, fiery dose of extra fuel. In classic Marie style, each chapter has an insight to action cheat sheet where you can capture your own insights and then put them into action. Not only is this book funny with all kinds of Marie stories, Mommy, why are you laughing now? My kids kept saying, but it addresses the core principles of how to go after your dreams, even if your dreams feel out of reach. Mindset, limiting beliefs, strategy, and more. This is why when I got home from our weekend getaway, the first thing I did was spend $500 on a book I already had. Yep, I ordered 15 hardcover copies for my mastermind students. It's that good, and I want them all to have a copy. Do yourself a favor and go order this book. It releases in September. You can thank me later. Thank you for that. And here's what some other folks have to say about the book. So Miss Brene Brown says it's smart, funny, and as brilliant as it is straightforward. She loved it. Sarah Jones says, if you're thinking, but I can't, you especially need to stop reading this blurb and just buy the book already. Abby says, hilarious, relatable, and actionable. I finished the last page on fire to implement Marie's tools into my personal and work life. Cheryl Strayed says, this book delivers a knockout punch to whatever is holding you back. And Miss Liz Gilbert says, Everything is Figureoutable is a whirlwind of power, humor, pragmatism, and grace. This book will change lives. So pre-order that book right now, and I really hope I'll get to see you for the Figureoutable Formula Immersion Program in October. Again, go to everythingisfigureoutable.com/free gift. And that's what we have for the class today. Now it is time for some Q&A. Thank you so much for being here with us. I'm actually going to grab my little iPad because Team Forleo, that's how they set me up so that I know what y'all are asking me so that I can stay really present with you. Okay, so first of all, Thank you for being here. I hope you really enjoyed class. And second of all, here's people who have already pre-ordered the book, because you guys, if this is your first class with me, like our first webinar, you have to know I love me some confetti and I love to celebrate when people take action. So I'm gonna give some confetti, and Team Forleo, if we wanna give some cheers and claps, ready? Victoria and Crystal and Nancy and Olive and Daisy and Beth and Melissa and Cindy and Emily, Victoria and Cheryl and Suzanne and Tonette and Diane and Marie and Julie and Victory. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Now I have confetti in my bra. Okay. So let's see what those questions are. So these are really fun. So thank you guys so much for getting the book. I really appreciate that. Okay, so top questions. How do I pre-order the book? Awesome. So go to everythingisfigureoutable.com. We have all kinds of links there to all kinds of booksellers. So that's a really easy place to go. And then just go to everythingisfigureoutable.com/free gift. That will claim your spot in our free coaching program. Okay, I'm outside the US. Can I still pre-order? Yes, 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 yes. So if you have Amazon in your country where the book is likely available, that's great. Or listen to this, listen closely, write it down. Visit bookdepository.com, which offers free worldwide shipping. Bookdepository.com. Okay, someone's asking, what if I already pre-ordered the book? What if I bought it on Kindle or Audible? What if I'm coming to New York City? What if I bought a tour ticket? You are in. You definitely get this course. All you need to do is go to wherever you pre-ordered, or if you have a tour ticket or the NYC ticket, there's either an order number or a confirmation number. That's all you need. So take your information, go put it in that form, and then you'll be taken care of. Will this new coaching program include one-on-one coaching from you? So it's a group coaching program. I'm going to be there every day. If you've done any of my other programs, you know that when I coach people in a group, I often work with people one-on-one, but in the presence of the group. So I answer questions and we do all that. So I like to work with people in that way, but it's not like just you and I on the phone. We're doing it as a group so everyone can receive the benefit. Will there be a replay from today's free class? Yes, 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 yes. You will get that in your email probably within about 24 hours. Where are you going on your book tour? If you go to everythingisfigureoutable.com/tour, we have all the current dates up, but right now we are working on our UK dates and we're hopefully solidifying Australia too. So I'm really excited. Okay, when will I get my book? So the books begin shipping on September 10th, which is when this book baby is officially born into the world. So that's when they'll ship. But please don't wait to order your copy. And I will say this, I don't know who's watching right now. I know that there may be some folks who this is your first time, and I really hope that you've enjoyed class. I hope you got a lot of benefit from it. If you're watching right now and you have experienced our work for a while, I will say this to you. If you have received any benefit whatsoever from the content that we've been creating and sharing for the past 2 decades, please pre-order this book. We put so much into it. I was actually telling the team earlier, a friend of mine who, super smart human, he left me a voicemail. He has an early copy of the book, and he's a very critical thinker. So he's someone who's not going to BS, not going to blow smoke up my butt or anything like that. And he told me, he's like, Marie, I am so beyond impressed. He's like, I've known you for so long. I knew this was going to be a good book, but he's like, it's extraordinary. So the reason I'm saying all that is I'm not just trying to get you to buy a book. Anyone who's an author knows you're not going to, go sail away to Hawaii and live forever on book royalties. That's not what it's about. Books are about spreading ideas. Books are about changing people's lives in a really accessible, affordable way. So I would say that if I've ever provided value to you in any way, I am asking for your support to pre-order this book. It means the world to me. It's honestly, again, if I walked out of this studio and got hit by a freaking bus, a part of me could die just going like, I said what I felt like I had to say, because it's all in this book. I really believe in who you are. I really believe that no matter where you come from, no matter your circumstances or your challenges, that you have so much power inside, that you have so many gifts, that you have such capabilities so far beyond what you're even aware of right now. And my hope is that this book supports you in activating all of that. And I know it will. Again, we poured our heart and souls into it. So I would ask that you please go pre-order. And then of course, I would love you to join us for the course, because I'm so in love with what was in that chapter and how it got developed out. And for the price of a book, you get it for free. I just really want to use this opportunity to change as many lives as I can. And so I would love you to join me in that. Okay, I see some questions. I see some questions from chat roll, so I'm going to get into these. Okay. Lorraine says, was this offer made before? I've already pre-ordered the book and I think I may have registered. All you can do, Lorraine, is just, you can go put your name and your order number in that form. You'll be all set. So I don't know if we need to check, just go do it again and you'll be good. But this offer was never made before. So this is the first time that we're kind of sharing all of this. Leanne also asked, does Marie read the audiobook? Yes, I do. And I had so much fun doing so. So yes, if you get the audiobook, it is me. MJ, great question. Do we have to just pick one dream? That'll be the challenge. Okay, so I love that you asked that question. We talk about this in depth in the book. So the reason why I'm encouraging people, especially as I work people through this program and as I coach you, I want you to choose one dream to work on for now. It's not forever, but it's kind of like I want you to develop the skills and the ability and the strengths around this whole philosophy so that when you get real good at it, you can add more things onto your plate. But simplifying to amplify is one of the principles that has allowed me in every aspect of my life, in my love life, in my health, in my business, in my career, every aspect to thrive. And what I find for most of us is people are doing way too many things at once. And that's where a lot of the stress, the overwhelm, spreading too thin, like it's not working. So just choose one dream for now. You can add on more later. But that's my answer. Okay. Mady says, I'm a B schooler. What would be the added value of being in a new EIF program? I don't know, girl. If you want your brain to be more resilient, if you never want a problem or an upset or an obstacle to ever stop you again, if you want to be basically superhuman, get your ass in the program. But if you don't want any of that stuff, definitely don't join us. Okay, Bethany, my cue. How do you keep doubt from creeping in? Like if I'm trying to heal my body, but having that what if it's not curable thought, how do you keep faith in figuring it out? This is such a great question. Focusing on what you can control versus what you can't. We have so many stories in the book that talk about folks who are up against really hard truths. You know, we can't always change everything. There's actually 3 rules for everything is figure outable. I'll walk you through them right now. They're really good. And it helps us create a mental container so that we can keep focused on what we can control and not what we can't. So the 3 rules are this. All problems or dreams are figure outable. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, if a problem isn't figure outable, it's not a problem, it's a fact of life. Taxes, gravity, death. Rule number 3, you may not care enough to solve this particular problem or reach this particular dream, and that's okay. Find something that you do care enough about and go back to rule number 1. So that's a little container. It's slightly off from what you asked, but I would add on to that. Keep focused on what you can control. So for you, what are the practices that keep you in a state of feeling well? Is it a certain morning practice where you get up and you have a drink of water? Maybe you say a prayer. Maybe you meditate. Maybe there's something that you read that makes you feel good in yourself. I think training the mind and understanding how to bring the mind back to focus on what we control is one of the best things that we can do to help ourselves strengthen that faith muscle. If you have more questions on that, definitely write to us because I know we have Marie TVs that can help you with this. Okay, Abby, I'm an idealist and agree. Excuses are a barrier, but what if your excuse turned out to be your current reality, as in your goals or dreams are not realistic given your circumstances? Okay, great. So Abby, I'm really excited for you to get the book because like I said, there's a whole chapter on this and we actually walk through how to work out with your dreams, how feasible they are on a scale of 1 to 10 and to really understand what's the challenge you're up against. Now you have to know, right? At one point when John F. Kennedy said, in 10 years we're going to put a man on the moon, a lot of people thought that that was preposterous, that it would never happen. It wasn't possible from many people's point of view. But a lot of people did think it was possible and it did in fact happen. So there's a lot of gray area in here and I'm actually excited for you to read the book because there are a number of exercises that can help you understand and define a dream that makes sense for you, something that you feel is worthy of your time. You feel that even if you don't accomplish it, who you're going to become in the process of pursuing it is who you want to be. So I'll leave you with that. Okay. Chelsea, do you have a favorite tip from the book while we wait for the book to arrive? Well, I would say rewatch this class, and I think that you can get a lot of value if you actually do those 3 steps, right? Even right now, I promise you will see changes. I really like the whole book though, so there's not really one place. Okay. How to sign up, look for your order number, look for your confirmation. If you, again, are coming to the New York City event, it's either an order number or a confirmation number on your tour ticket, and go to everythingisfigureoutable.com/free gift. Put in all your information. We will absolutely take care of you. Okay. Graziella, how can I figure out what my big dream is? You don't even have to have a big dream. It might even be a small dream. I would say to look inside your heart and, here's a little prompt that we use in the company. We also talk about this in the book itself. If you're feeling a little dream anemic, you should go grab a journal and get a pen and put yourself someplace where you feel really comfortable and maybe cannot be interrupted for like 20 or 30 minutes, and just use this sentence stem. Wouldn't it be cool if? And then just let yourself dream on the page. Wouldn't it be cool if I could find a job where I feel like my strengths are really appreciated and I love going to work every day? Wouldn't it be cool if I could finally do 25 push-ups and not be winded? Wouldn't it be cool if I could be debt-free and actually build a savings and retirement plan that made me feel amazing about my future? Wouldn't it be cool if I could reconnect with my wife or my husband or my kids and we could have a deeper, closer relationship? So you can use this prompt, wouldn't it be cool if, to just start to let yourself dream on the page. And again, big dreams aren't necessarily better dreams, right? Sometimes there's something that perhaps seems small to the outside world, but to you really lights up your heart. Those are just as valid. And for anyone watching now, again, that's why I said it during class. It doesn't have to be a big, epic, world-changing dream. Small, beautiful, personal dreams can be just as activating and motivating and can help us become who we're meant to be. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Stephanie says, I wonder if all these orange graphics are based on the radio that Marie's mom has. Yes, that's a really fun one. So I just want to tell you, first of all, thank you so much for being here with us today. I really hope that I get a chance to work with you. Pre-order that book, please, please, please. And if your question didn't get answered, just click the button below to learn more about the coaching program. Again, we tried to make it as clear as humanly possible. And then, of course, you can feel free to write Team Forleo at support@marieforleo.com. And then also, I'd love to hear more about if you are going to join us on the tour stops. Let us know where, and then I will see you next time. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye. Woo!